devastating floods, God exhorts us in 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 18, and that in all things give thanks to God. The psalmist also reminds us in Psalm 100, verse 4, it says, enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to him and praise his name. And that is why we're here today. The theme for this year's observance, Resetting Our Values to Build the Ghana We Want, speaks directly to our national moment. Lasting national transformation is not achieved solely through policy. Laws can regulate behavior, but laws cannot instill integrity. Governments can implement programs, but governments cannot legislate honesty, compassion, or patriotism. These values and virtues begins with each one of us, and it is a private decision we make as Ghanaians.
The whole building is the parliament where the city of Robert Falcon, so he's now
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is dedicated for Stars Radio TV, Atlanta, Georgia. You always see you with information to keep you safe and productive in the average society you belong. This is another beautiful day. I'm so excited that we're going to have this great conversation with somebody who is a special individual here. You can see on the screen. And I am so devastated. In the first place, that you hear the president put it out there of what actually is going on in the country right now. The whole nation is under siege of water, and most of us, especially those of us in the diaspora, the reason why we try to reach out to Honorable Cabinet Century is just because most of us need some clarification from what actually is going on. Since he's been there, we try the best we could to get him on board and ask him some few questions in order to clarify our thinking and our conscience, our families, and things they're going through right now in the nation. And so help me welcome Honorable Cabinet Center. Honorable, welcome to 4 Stars TV.
Thank you, Daddy. And how are you doing?
I am just wonderful. I'm so excited because I said it earlier on. With all your busy schedule, we have finally get hold of you just to have some few words of what actually going on right now. We have seen a lot of videos. If I'm not lying, I can play this video, but I will wait first for Honorable himself to first introduce himself. Honorable, how's your family? How's your family? Let me ask of the family first because that's very important.
Yeah, everybody is doing fine.
Okay.
It's only that we'll be having a lot of flooding in Ghana.
Okay, so Honorable, I just want our listeners to understand who you are. Who, when we say Honorable Cabinet Century, who are we referring to?
Yeah, the accolade might be very long, but let me mention a few.
The abbreviation of
it. I was the first vice chairman of the New Patriotic Party in Ashanti region, and I've also been the second vice to Ashanti region, and I've been a assembly member over there. You call it councillors. for 5 times. That is 20 years as an DHMSO assembly member, and I was a regional director of National Disaster Management Authority organization and the DRIP District Road Infrastructure Authority. So
Okay.
that is me.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
nobody. I'm
Okay.
just an ordinary person.
This is this is just the abbreviation of it. So those of us that listen to why it's just an abbreviation. We don't want him to go because he can keep going on. We just want you to understand that the one we're speaking to is somebody who understand all these mother nature disasters and stuff in order for you to really get the credibility of what is actually happening. Honorable, what has
Yeah.
happened and what has changed that we have this rainfall pretty much every year, but what has changed this year? Is it climate change? What is it? If you can put it out there in a plain context for us to understand, it's still stunning. Some of us are still surprised and shocked.
Thank you, my brother. Is it a poor planning? Because during the Akufo-Addo and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia time, we imported some machines. That is the drip machines. Each and every constituency or district has its own, about 13 equipment. We have a payloader, we have a backhoe, we have a bulldozer, and the tipper trucks, and so on and so forth. So when we get to rainy season, like June, even though we understand that we are in the era of climate change, but it seems the government, most of the African countries, we don't understand what the climate change means. And sometimes when we are drawing the budget, we don't even fix some of the climate change into our budget. We don't make money available for all these things. So these are the failure of the government. It's a total failure. Because when he was in the opposition, he said it. He did mention that it's rather unfortunate that during Nana Dankwa and Bawumia time, we have not been having a rainfall. But during your time, we've been having it. So what are your preparations? My brother, as I'm talking to you now, we were just talking about flooding, right? So
Sure.
after the flooding, what next? We should have planned for cholera. And the government has done nothing about the cholera. You know, all these shanty towns and the ghetto areas, they are the most affected areas. And where are they going to sleep now? And they don't even care because they are very vulnerable. They just pick whatever they see in the mud and just come up with that. And they are sleeping in those mattresses. So, my brother, what do you think will happen? Is it not aftermath of the flooding? Is it not cholera? Have you ever heard that the government is planning something about the cholera? There's nothing in place like that. So I think every government, every serious government should think about the dead, should think about the devastation that has happened, should think about the people, the vulnerable people. What are we seeing? How much have we put in place for the Ghana Health Services in case something of nature crops up? What are they going to do? So this is where we are now.
Are you surprised?
I'm not, because 2014 there was a cholera outbreak. We have a death toll of 241 in 2014. Common cholera that if you mix glucose with a Fanta, right, you get a leukozyte. And first of all these affected people, we should identify safe haven to go and place all these people there. Ask yourself, Have they been doing that? They only think about breaking houses, breaking all those containers, kiosks, and containers on the waterway. After breaking all of them, they are all human beings. Where are you going to place them? You see, it's like we don't think about the ordinary Ghanaian welfare. You remember what happened June 3rd? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. At the circle.
Yes,
Yeah, I remember that.
exactly. Sorry, nothing has done about it. Just go at the various filling stations. All the filling station has turned to be I mean, lorry terminal. But when I went to the gas station to buy my fuel, they will ask me, brother, switch your engine off. But how many vehicles depart in the 5 minutes within the same area at the gas station? But you can't turn a gas station to be a terminal. It's against the law. But they are still there, and the government is doing nothing about it. So this government doesn't think about our welfare. Look at the deaths. There were so many deaths, there are some which have not been recovered. There are some that they have not been placed very well. We have a small kid, and you went and celebrate Thanksgiving, put on white attire. And what are you celebrating the Thanksgivings for? Is it a good omen to your government that the people has lost their life, or what?
Oh my goodness! So far, there have been recorded 16 deaths and devastated number of properties and items, shops. I mean, distributing stores and so many things. But I'm gonna let's see this for us to get the real number of items that has been destroyed. So let's pay attention to this, please.
Out of 4,250, no, emu 3,000 there is off. Emu 3,000 there is off. Yes.
Eti yɛnhwɛ nipa baako biara sika dodoɔ bɛyɛ sɛn ɛna ɔde ahyɛ n'adwuma mu a.
Yɛwɔ obiara ne n'ahoɔden. Obi deɛ yɛ about 900,000 cedis. Obi deɛ yɛ about 400,000, as my lady said. Yes, nti obiara ne ne deɛ. Nia onni bi koraa rɔba mu si woyɛ rɔba business a. Nia onni bi koraa no okuta about 200,000 cedis to work. And yes, I want to be near Robert. Yeah.
Eti yɛkɔ yɛn mu na deɛ na mpanyinfoɔ mo ne ɔmo lazy and ɔmo nso bɛn.
Oh, Enra, me chief free president ano. One of the media stations. I don't want to mention name. Yeah, but me chief free president ano say. He will rebuild the place. And we are one. Or say, on an impending for Akasa, or Minister of Finance, Dean say, your friend say, on any Becasa, no mum pesica, no mum femme. Aha, inti Papa went to the minim say, or ye, Obia, or your Sia, your car, or ye. Aha, inti a real man say, near a Tifri one channel, and open anke becoho. Municipal for na by Nanke Beko, but the family municipal for so a BBI here in Piano. I think we can address to them and Yen Sabeka. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Honorable, this is the devastating story we're talking about, and you've seen these damages in the idea. So, what reform do you think are needed in the urban planning areas to prevent this future disasters like this?
Daddy K, you understand that what I understand is that the president, those who advise the president should advise him very well. Somebody has lost over 200,000 Ghana cedis. And the guy was, he said the list,
The list.
the list has, the list. So it means there are some 300, 500. How much can you offer them? And the president should understand that if someone has 200,000 cedis, he has put in 200,000 cedis into his business, and there's a disaster. What should you, as a president, advise that person? You don't just bring the money. You don't just go and tell the finance minister to come and give them free money. Advise them. Get them insurance company. Let them insure their wealth, their shops, whatever they have. Let them insure it. So at the needed time, when such a thing happens, the insurance will take over and recoup it. You know what? I think in the US that you are, if you want to buy a house, you can't buy a house without insurance. The bank will not even give you loan.
You cannot even drive a car without insurance. Everything needs insurance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There was a time that I was in a car with my friend, and not knowing that the insurance has expired, and we were controlled by the police. You know what the police did? They gave him a ticket. And after giving him the ticket, they dropped us from the car and called a tow car to come and tow the car. Then we have to call a Uber to take us to our various houses. You understand? So I think the president should be very, very smart by advising them, but not giving them money, or even giving them a loans that is payable. They should also advise them to insure their shops. So in case there's another disaster, the insurance will take care of it. But giving them the taxpayers' money, I don't think it is correct.
So it should be that of the insurance companies instead of the taxpayers' money being given out. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. No, we can give them a loan. And we make sure before getting the loan, all those things that you are going to sell again must be insured by insurance company. So you get them an insurance company to insure them. They put all their this thing, they quantify it and tell them, if you want a premium, this is how much you are going to pay. Third party, this is how much you are going to pay. Whichever is good for you, so that the government doesn't come in anymore.
Okay.
So we should teach them how to fish, but we don't have to give them fish.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Honorable Kwabena Century, who is the former NADMO director in Ashanti region. He has been there and he knows in and out of all of these disasters, and we just want to get the basic understanding of whatever is happening in order to prevent it for the future. But Honorable, what are the biggest challenges of the NADMO, the whole body of NADMO facing? Because I think the equipment side, a lot of people are also complaining that the NADMO would not show up on time, and because the whole place just happened at one time, and so they have few equipment or few emergency equipment to help others. So what are some of these challenges? Are you aware of these challenges?
Yeah, I do. I'm very, very much aware. Let us not talk about that. Let's talk about the fire service. They are using old trucks. They are using old fire tenders. You see, and they don't even have, enough budget to take care of themselves. This is the time that we need new equipment for the fire service. Then we can talk about NADMO. Then we can talk about the NADMO. And let me tell you this one thing. This Pragya and Okada that has been legalized in Ghana, when there's a disaster coming, ambulance or whatever, fires coming, they don't even think about, because they don't even know the driving regulations. So when you are coming, they feel very, very stubborn to even give, fire or ambulance or NADMO. They will just disturb you on the road, just like that. They don't even understand the driving regulations. And there was a time that we were attending to a disaster with the fire. When fire move, NADMO has to move, and the police also has to move, because if it is a fire disaster, the NADMO will be doing will be assessing the fire, whilst the police will be guiding the property that has been that has not been touched by the fire, and the fire will try also to quench the fire. When we were driving on top of our speed with the siren, there was a taxi driver. Oh, he doesn't understand, and it doesn't happen to him. You see, if he was the one that is affected, he could have even give us away. So as much as we give them a new equipment, the public also need an education. The public also need an education. They don't even give you away they will just block you. I think you know how we drive in Ghana. They don't understand anything. I don't know, how we are able to acquire our driving licenses.
And so, with all this information that you're putting out right now, Honorable, what is the next effect? Are you going to implement all these things anytime soon, in order for the citizenry or for everyone to oblige to the laws of driving? Because if a lot of people will be driving and don't know even the rules on the road, then of course we are in a big trouble. So what is your take on that?
Yeah, you know what? All these disaster-prone areas that have been built by some certain individuals, what are the assemblies? Are they aware? This is the question that we have to ask ourselves. Because the assembly is the development agent, and the assembly is the highest decision body in the district. And we have the city engineer, we have the planner and development planning. They are together. Development planning director. We have development control officer, because the development control officer is in charge of the building. When the assembly sat down doing their budgets, we make sure we acquire trucks, pickup trucks for all this department. And we make sure they have the money for the monitoring. And the money is given to them. So how come that some people build on the waterways? Let's ask ourselves. So it means the technocrats are wrong. The assemblies doesn't know exactly what they are doing. And you come again and demolish my building, and you leave the person that is in charge, that has been aided by the assembly, giving him money, giving him the equipment, giving him the allowances that he should take care of. He should take care of illegal development. And the person sat down and people build on waterways. You are accusing the chiefs, you are accusing the developer. What about the person who stood idly, collected monies, allegedly, for people to build on the waterways? As I'm talking to you now, this program that we are having, if your producer didn't bring me in, can you interview me, Daddy K?
No, no,
You may not
not at
have
all.
me.
Not at all. Yeah.
So what are we telling the president and the president is telling the assemblies? Those who responsibility are to make sure that people doesn't build on the waterway. You just close your eyes on them and accuse the chief. If I'm a chief, okay, I can, if the water log area is for me, okay, I have the right to sell it. But to develop the land is solely the responsibility of the assembly. I think you get me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can sell it to you. You can make a fish pond, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can use the place for fish pond, but for using it for fish pond, the onus lies on the assembly, the engineers. You send your bill of quantities. You send the plan that you want to use the place for. Then they approve it. And they will be monitoring how the development is going. If there's any diversion, they will draw your attention back that these are your plan that you use for for the approval of the permit. So you have to break here and make sure the water gets access to the place. But we sat down and leave the place for people to develop. That okay, haven't you come to Ghana and see stop work with a red paint written on some building stop work? By the time you get back to the same place, it has been roofed and people are inhabit in those buildings.
Yeah, I've
Haven't you seen it before?
I've seen it. Almost all of us have seen it several times, couple times. Yeah.
Exactly. So why do you blame those who built on the waterway and leave the people who have been put in charge to make sure people doesn't build there?
It's tough. I know this thing did not started yesterday or a day before yesterday. It started a couple years ago, and so since we've not been controlling and inspecting them, it keeps on increasing. So we got this point right now that all these things of most family members are being separated and people's lives have been lost and so many things that cannot even recounted. But honorable, if you have the attention of the president and all the authorities today, what single recommendation would you make to permanently tackle, especially Accra flooded? We know other places are also flooded, but Accra is the center of all these flooding issues. Even when a little rainfall, you can see some places have been flooding. I remember like 2 or 3 years ago, I think a doctor was driving home on the Labadi, somewhere at the Labadi, and then she was drowned with her car. And so, if you have that attention, what kind of a single recommendation are you going to give to the president and then all these agencies who are helping these victims at this moment?
Thank you very much, Daddy K. I will advise the president. He should call all the city engineers. He should call all the hydrological department, because the hydrological department are in charge of all those drains, the big drains and the rivers. And I'll call the town planners. They should advise me. What steps should I take to abate all this perennial flooding? Because they are in charge. So they should advise me. But upon their advice, then I will know the next step that I will do. You know, we are leaving all these people for the sake of politics. If I break their houses, if I break their ghettos, they might not vote for me again. So why shouldn't I leave them? When you leave them, and by the time your election time comes, and all of them are dead, what will you do? You remember Honorable I Cote said something. You know, he was the immediate past Greater Accra Regional
Right.
Minister. He said all this flooding occurred because the Abobroshi Onyo market are back to Abobroshi. You know, he drove all of them from there to somewhere else that I
Somewhere a
forgetting
new
the name.
site. Yeah, I remember that.
To the new side. Because their government is back, they have all come back. You see? Because when they were not there, I believe the place would be there idle. And probably that place might be waterlogged area. So when there's a lot of water, the water will sink deep down, and the rest will get into the sea. So we might not have a lot. There might be flooding, but it might not get to the scale that we have seen today. So the president, you know, is a failure on the president. If it was in my government, I would also say that it's a failure on my president too, because we are not doing what we are supposed to do. In the area of Danado Danko Akufo-Addo, he said we separated the environmental from the other ministry. So we were having two ministries, and he promised John Mahama promised us in the opposition that when he comes, he will merge the two ministries, and yes, he did that, and that is the end result. And let me tell you, Daddy K, we have been with the Zoom Lion for so many years. And the Zoom Lion contract has been abrogated. And there's no more street sweeping. But I believe that before you abrogate Zoom Lion contract, Zoom Lion has a numerous of street sweepers. But by the time you cancel the contract, you have to make sure you have a replacement. What should be the replacement? Just import a street sweeper. Import a street sweeper trucks into the system, and they will take over. So we might not feel the absence of Zoom Lion. And now, our biggest problem is waste management. And every country, the chunk of money that goes in the waste management is very huge. I think you know.
Of course, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Ghana here, nobody pay for his waste. I believe you are aware that nobody pay for his waste. Unlike your end there, everybody pay for his waste, but not even in Ghana. So this will be the end result. Everybody will dispose his waste anyhow he feels he's okay.
So this is really a serious issue that need a lot of attention right now. I don't know if the government is going to put some, but I think this must also be started in our children's curriculums in schools, that they will be teaching them about the hygiene and how to not the litter stuff away. You don't throw anything on the street on everywhere, because when you see some of these flood areas, you can always see plastic bottles and so many things that it's not even appropriate to be deposited in any of the streams. So this is gonna be one of the issues that the nations, I believe, from this day forward, with you and the rest of those emergency agencies, will put your acts together and then put something in place, and also have some sort of I think some sort of bylaws that will incriminate people who does that. What do you make of that, Honorable?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Not that we don't have the bylaw, we do have it. But who has the balls to implement the bylaws? You see, we don't have the ball because they are our party people. So if we don't put the party aside and be principled with our laws, we shall not get to anywhere. The last time that I was on TV, radio, and TV, and I told them, let's go on the German way. Let's push up small kiosks at the joints, and we advertise. Anyone who is able to bring a water bottle, we give you some coins.
For recycle.
Yes. So we will be getting them at the kiosk. That's one small kiosk. They will be getting them, paying school children some coins and some few coins when they bring the water bottles and the sachet water plastics. When they bring it, we give them some small money. So it will be very, very essential. You may not even find them on the streets. Even just as the the Germans do. When you pick up a water bottle and you take it to any convenience store, they will give you a coin, and you can use that coin for either toffee or any other thing that you can make use of it. So we should go that way. But if you advise the child, if you put it into the curriculum, hygiene, if you drink water, don't just put it on the streets. Take it and send it back home. So when the one at the house gets food, where are they going to dispose it? Because the landfill is choked. The landfill is full. So at the end of the day, the mother has to pour it into the drain, and the water will carry it. So we have a long way to go, and we should be serious with our how do you call it, waste management.
Okay.
We should be serious with it.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, we here with the Honorable Kabna Century, who is the former NADMO director of Ashanti region, having this conversation. He's been there, he knows what is out there and things that need to be done in this day forward in order not to have these devastated situation again. This is a Mother Nature. You can't cheat Mother Nature. And if you listen to those who are lost their family, those who are lost their livelihood, it is very, very heartbreaking. And so a lot of people have even said some GoFundMe would need to support these individuals. Some people finding they are not even hunger strike, but they feel so bad for losing some of their wealth and so many things. Each and every one has his own issue to deal with. So, Honorable, if you want to advise all of us, I'm talking about from the president to somebody who just started crawling, what would you say for us to at least not fall into such a victim again, but will be reduced to the way that we can handle? Because this is beyond everyone. It's beyond everyone. So if you have a last word to say or advise the whole nation, and from then we will follow up with the president and his also agencies in order to make sure this thing doesn't happen again, Honorable.
Yeah, my advice to each and everyone is that we shouldn't politicize everything. We shouldn't politicize everything. And as you really said, we can't cheat nature. You know why? In a adage, you see, in Shobia Chikobopo, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yes, and we believe that the rivers of Fin, Oda, River of Fin, Oda, Pra, and Cobra, all of them, we believe that they have some supernatural powers. And there are some people who take care of the powers. They are gods. Is that not it?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it is. We believe it.
And people have been able to get inside the river and block it and trying to do galamsey in the rivers. So I believe the river gods are mad with us for disturbing them. The galamsey people don't allow the rivers to sleep. Their gods to sleep. And they are mad with everyone. And probably that might also be the end result. Previously, people drink from all these rivers that I've mentioned. Am I lying?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what we all drink water from.
And
Yeah.
now, when you look at them, when you look at the rivers, you pity, you sympathize with yourself. So where are we heading towards to? Every morning when you open their tap, it's like a milk. You have to run the water for some time before you get the clean water. And the clean water might not even be clean. When you put it down for 2-3 hours, you see some termites and some other, inside the water. And you know all these school children, they don't even care. They will just go and put their mouth on the tap, just open it, and it will go directly into their stomach. So are we not killing ourselves? But you are thinking that you are being a billionaire and a rich man. So it is also up to the government to take care of all these things. We should put the politics aside. We implement our principles and laws so that Ghana will be better for all of us to believe in. That would be my advice.
Okay. All right, Honorable, you know what? I could not thank you enough for taking the time to be here. This is what a good citizen really means, that regardless of all your busy schedule, you taking the time to talk to us. We in the diaspora, and some of these things are really making us overthink, and it's we are all overwhelmed of what we are looking into, this devastating situation everywhere in Accra, everywhere on the road to Cape Coast, to UCC, and Takoradi. This is something that has taken everybody by the storm. And so we thank you for what you're doing, and keep doing your best as you've done it before. And let this nation, our beautiful nation, and then the people of Ghana also have some hope and confidence that whatever happens, there will be some support. And I also will add this to it, Honorable, that we should have a shelter. We should have a shelter. That some of these people who have lost their homes and their properties can have a place to live in the future. I haven't heard anybody talking about it, but I know some of you, because of your education standpoint, you have that idea. So if you can implement that, if every region will have one of such a thing, I think it will also go a long way. Now, people who have been misplaced or displaced from their homes, where are they going to live? And so, Honorable, once again, thank you, Honorable Kwabena Century, a former NADMO Director for Channel Region, had the time to talk to us a little bit about this Mother Nature, which has occurred. If you listen to him and you follow the few steps of he has shown us, I think the nation will be better off in the nearby future. Honorable, your last word?
Yeah, my last word is that I did mention on the shelter.
Okay.
If we cannot even build the shelters, we have a place called Safe Heaven.
Okay.
That is the churches. We can accommodate them in the churches, the mosques that has been identified within the area, and you can see that even most of the one-man churches are even sitting in the mud. But when you are talking about the safe churches, you can see Methodists and other churches, Roman Catholic, and then those Protestant churches, they don't build in a waterway. So the government will also look at these things, call all of them, all the churches, that they should also help. Because at the end of the day, all those affected victims belongs to one church and another. So the government has to invite them.
Okay.
What they need, the government can also help them instead of building, shelters. And at the same time, I will also thank Dr. Muhammad Bawumia that what he promised the disaster victim has been provided. Now they can also have a place to sleep. They can also have a coal pot or any other gas cylinder with the rice and oil and the water for them to spend a few weeks that they can have their own place to accommodate themselves.
Okay.
So I thank you very much, Dada KD, and your listeners and viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We will come to you again from whatever we've learned today. We will come to you again in case things change or we need some other clarification. We'll come back for you to give us the whole, let's say, the future occurrence and how we can prevent it. Thank you so much, Honorable.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now you've heard the whole story and the whole situation out here with the Honorable, and we are so thankful. That's how it is. We build a nation. We have the people who are available for us in order to get some of this information to make use of it. And those of us who listen and share it and let it move faster as you could not believe it. But know one thing for sure. Insanity means doing the same thing and looking for a different result. It doesn't happen like that. So let's change the way we do our things. Mother Ghana is the most beautiful place you can ever imagine or think. And so let's do the best we can individually. Let's do the best we can collectively. And let's do the best we can nationwide in order to reduce some of these situations that comes around, and it affects a lot of people. Your parents or your family members have been affected in some shape or form. I have mine in some shape or form. But if we can do it, unless we do it together, it shouldn't be just one person. It should be all of us. And so thank you all for taking the time to be here with us. And this is dedicated on Diaspora 101. We'll get this information and pass it on to you. Make a better decision, and let's make the world a better place. Dedicate. I am out.
Out of 4,250, no, emu 3,000 there is off. Emu 3,000 there is off. Yes.
Eti yɛnhwɛ nipa baako biara sika dodoɔ bɛyɛ sɛn ɛna ɔde ahyɛ n'adwuma mu a.
Yɛwɔ obiara ne n'ahoɔden. Obi deɛ yɛ about 900,000 cedis. Obi deɛ yɛ about 400,000, as my lady said. Yes, nti obiara ne deɛ. Nia onni bi kura rubber mu si wo yɛ rubber business a. Nia onni bi kura no okuta about 200,000 cedis to work. And yes, I want to be near Robert. Yeah.
Eti yɛkɔ yɛn mu na deɛ na mpanyinfoɔ mo ne ɔmo lazy and ɔmo children.
Oh, Enra, me chief free president ano. One of the media stations. I don't want to mention name. Yeah, but me chief free president ano say he will rebuild the place. And we are one. Or say, on an impending for Akasa, or Minister of Finance, Dean say, your friend say, on any Becasa, no mum Pesica, no mum Femeboy. Aha, inti Papa went to the minim say, or ye, Obia, or your Sia, your car, or ye. Aha, inti a real man say, here a Tifri one channel, and open anke Becoho. Municipal for na by Nanke Becoho, but your family municipal for us or BBI here in Piano. I think we can address to them and Yen Sabeka.
Yeah, thank you very much.